We live life in a whole bunch of snapshots. Those snapshots are for us to remember. But the important part is for the listener, the viewer, to ask the stories of those snapshots and the meanings behind them. See, for me, I have the snapshot of my youngest daughter on the swing. But what people don't realize is the situation of why I'm here today is partly because of that situation of my daughter on the swing and having this little one just 7 months ago, and my partner saying that she no longer wants to be together. And taking her with her. And so the snapshot on the swing was me and her, a moment that we had together. As I would lift up the swing, I would let it go, and she would go backwards, and she'd come at me with the biggest smile on her face. And it was my daughter. Big grinning and all, super excited and happy. And it was just me and her in that moment. I recorded it, put it in slow motion. The moment becomes a little bit of scared and then excitement and happiness in that moment. And see, in that moment, I don't know what she's thinking necessarily. She's too young. She does not have words. She may not even have cognizance of what's happening. She just knows in that moment of being present that that is a happy and joyful time. That is the moment that I have of her. A big smile on her face as every single time I let go, she swings back, swings forward, and the biggest smile comes on her face. Of joy, of love, of happiness. See, if I just tell you that there's a snapshot of a picture of my daughter smiling, it may mean something, but it's the story behind the snapshot that is so powerful. There's the story of my daughter with her braids that is so powerful. It is the image of the gray hair on Yasmin's side of her face and the story behind that. There's so many people in our lives that we pass by, whether one time or over and over again. And you always wonder, in this universe where all of these particles or these people are smashing together or rubbing by each other or walking by together. And what's crazy, we all have these journeys that started on some place and part around the world, but all of a sudden we find ourselves on a train or a bus or walking down the street. And at that moment, 6 billion people on the planet, but at that moment there is just those two as they are interacting with each other. That might be the first and maybe the last, or may it be a repeated process. See, everything has meaning. You pass by someone on the train, you walk by someone on the street, wherever those particles began to start many years ago have somehow landed connected. Now, we're going to let that connection go by quickly, or we're going to take a moment to be present, because we never know that individual of 6 billion will you ever pass by them again. But that snapshot of the memories that you had with them can last forever. Time, moments, snapshots, experiences, people. That is what this world is about. Connection, seeing people for who they are, creating those memories that help you and them be a better person, to help you learn more about yourself, learn more about the world, learn more about this thing called life.